Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Aston Villa versus Everton at Villa Park. One of the, well, it is the most played game
most played fixture,
ever.
Oldest
fixture. Good old traditional fixture. Got a lot of time.
Big football clubs.
Two big football clubs. Got a lot of time for Villa. They are very, very similar to ourselves. Obviously, Everton taking an unbeaten record so far in all competitions to Villa Park on Saturday. But listen, it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Good side. Aston Villa haven't had the greatest start of the season. Obviously, one win, 1 draw and 2 defeats, both away, but unbeaten at Villa Park. And it's a tough place. It's always a tough place for us to go there. But, you know, we've got the opportunity. We've started really well. We've got to beware. Obviously, Leon Bailey is fit again. I thought he was going to be missing this one. So people like that we're going to have to be wary of. But we know they're a good side. We didn't do very well last year against them. What did we get? We lose both, whatever we got last year.
We got a draw at Villa Park.
Draw, wasn't it? Thinking of
0-0.
0-0, yeah. So it's one of them, isn't it? We've just got to make sure that we can keep it tight and get at them. But Everton are looking quite good on the break, and obviously Everton away from home over a long period now. I think it's 2 defeats in 17 away games, which is a really good record for us. Means that we should be going there confident, albeit wary of the threat that they carry. So it should be a good game. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so it's week 5 of Ultimate Fan as well. Don't forget Ultimate Fan. If you haven't downloaded it, please go download it right now. It's available Apple, Android. It's the fantasy football meets Ultimate Team mesh up. I didn't do very well last week. I think I only got like 6 points or something. Absolutely horrendous. I'm going to change my team now. But Baz, I'm going to let you change your side first. Who are you bringing in? Who are you taking out?
I got 29 points last week, which is good. But I feel like it's tricky this because I just don't know what to put in.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Let's show people how fast
I'm showing it. It's Ollie Watkins is coming in for Riyadh. No, he's not. No, I'm leaving my team. I'm not changing it.
All right, sound.
I'm keeping it.
His team. I have had a good week this week. We both subscribed to the Gold Pack, which is $4.99 a month subscription. You get 2 gold cards guaranteed in that, and this month you're getting a $5 off Uber Eats as well. Don't forget there's a silver pack as well. That's $2.99 where you get 3 silver cards. Everything drops on a Tuesday, and you can play for free as well. It's you get 3 cards on a Tuesday as well. I am putting in Harry Kane for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not in. I'm putting Jamie Vardy in for Saka. And I am putting in, I'm not putting Salah in. Not a chance I might putting Salah in. I also got Luca Dean this week as well. And I'm putting him in for John Stones because John Stones hasn't been playing. So that's my team. I'm going to make Kane the golden boot, and I'm going to make him the captain as well.
I am making a change actually when you've done yours.
Okay, we're making it now.
I'm making it now, and I'm bringing Mason Greenwood in for Riyad Mahrez.
So that's my team. Newcastle, unfortunately, in my club at the moment. But don't forget, it's $4.99 a month for the gold subscription, $2.99 for the silver subscription, and it's free to play as well. It's free to play. Don't forget, if you played Toffee Fixture last year, you'll already have an account. So if you download it, you sign in with that, and you're ready to play Ultimate Fan. Don't forget, there's a link in the description, so you can find out where to download it and everything else you need to know about it. And as you saw there, I took Dominic Calvert-Lewin out of my Ultimate Fan team because he's not available for this game. He wasn't available, obviously, for the game on Monday night. That changes the dynamic, I think, of how Everton play. I think Rondon would be a perfect replacement because I think he's similar. It's going to be interesting because obviously Richarlison played up front on Monday, and obviously we got the 3 points. We didn't really play that well for an hour. We changed things around, but it is really going to be an interesting one because obviously we did win the game 3-1 on Monday night, but it's going to be interesting to see how he starts, whether he goes back to the 4, and who does he bring in? Does he decide to start Rondon and maybe drop Richarlison deeper into midfield? Maybe replace Michael Keane with Rondon, have Rondon up front and then Richarlison midfield, have that extra body, or does he go with the three again? I don't know. He's got a few interesting decisions. It's not as easy as well, we'll keep a winning side, because technically it wasn't the side that started that game that won that game. Really, it was more to do with Gomez coming on, going to a flat back four. But Godfrey went off on Monday, but you'd want him to start because of the pace and the strength. They've got the likes of Ollie Watkins and Ings and maybe if Bailey's back, and it's going to be interesting because we've had a good start to the season, but I think this is probably our toughest game on paper so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, Leeds away was tough because of what they bring and Ellen Road and all that, but Everton were excellent that day, really. Went in and just quietened everything down and were able to get ourselves going and obviously took the lead. And I think this will be the same. I think you've got to keep it tight for the opening 20 minutes in a game like this. We saw Villa have good at creating chances. Even last week, they lost 3-0 at Chelsea, but they had 18 attempts at goal to Chelsea's 12. So they're a team that does create chances from open play as well. And you're absolutely right. Godfrey's pace could be pivotal in this. It is going to be very interesting because what does he do? Michael Keane scored the other night. We know he's a confidence player. He was having a little bit of a rough time the other night until he equalised. And once he equalised, it was as if all the confidence came flooding back, and he was absolutely fine for the rest of the game. Does he take him out? What does that do to him? Yerry Mina, I thought, was excellent the other night. He's our best defender, so I wouldn't be taking him out. Ben Godfrey's just come back. He got subbed. Would he be left out?
The thing about it is that I'd imagine that he's already got a plan for this game. He's already envisaged what he wants. He already thinks what he'll need for this game. And obviously Rondon, being away from home, you want that out ball, and I think Rondon offers that out ball better than Richarlison does. I don't know whether Rondon's going to be fit to start the game. I wouldn't imagine he would be. I know it's a few more days training, but I certainly don't think it's enough. I think QPR on Tuesday night would give him a good chance to probably get 60 to maybe the full game under his belt, depending on how it goes. So it could be Richarlison again, and maybe flood the midfield a little bit more. Maybe bring Gomez into the side and start with him and have it more as a 4-3-3 with with maybe Townsend being able to offer another extra body in midfield, and almost make it then almost a 4-4-1-1 with actually Decore playing in more as the number 10. There's a few different things I think he could work with, but I'm pretty confident in the manager's ability to spot the tactical decisions that need to be made. We'll wait and see. It's been a great start to the season. Near perfect, not quite perfect, but near perfect, and hopefully that continues. But he's got choices to make, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a big miss. He really is a big miss, and I think you can just get away with it home, but away becomes that different thing, because you want to play in the counter attack and you want that out ball. I'm not sure Richarlison has got the physical capacity to do what Dom does.
No, Richarlison's on the shoulder forward. Yeah, he plays two ways, Richarlison. He likes to be deep, pick it up and run at you, or he likes to be on the shoulder and threaded in behind. He's not a back-to-goal centre forward, and these have got big lads at the back. They've Tyrone Mings, albeit you can get a Tyrone Mings. He's quite quick and he's big and strong. You've got Ezzy Konza, who's another one who's a good defender. They've also got Swansea in. They played him at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. So they're all quite mobile. So yeah, I mean, ideally, like you said, Rondon, if he'd have been fully fit, he would have been the one to put in, and then you'd go probably a 4-4-1-1. You'd have Townsend and Gray offering the width, and you'd have Richarlison in the 10 behind Decore and Allen. Gomez done very well the other night when he came on, and he might feel like that. But I think it's at the back where it will be his biggest decision, really. Yeah. Is he go back? I personally would go to a back four, because I just think Everton look better with the
thing about it is, though, I don't think we haven't started with the same you know, I think we've had different, certainly in the Premier League games, I think we've had, you know, I think obviously we had Keane and Holgate in a couple of the games. We've mixed it about. Yerry Mina played at Leeds. Obviously, we had a 3 the other night. Godfrey played first game. So there has been a lot of mixing and matching so far this season. So he'll want to settle it down. I think he wants to play 4 at the back. It's just that Burnley was maybe a special case of because of the way they play. And I think it'll just be interesting to see, because you want players to start emerging and giving you that confidence as a manager to say, yeah, I can play these plays week in and week out. And I think it would be Mina and Godfrey. But, you know, Michael Keane's played nearly every game as well, hasn't he? So
he's played every game.
So it's a case of like, because Michael Keane's one of those players is where he will make mistakes, but he's also like steady as well. In case he doesn't get loads of injuries, you know you can pretty much rely on him.
Yeah.
He's not what we'd all go, oh, he's our first choice. But obviously with Godfrey so far being having COVID situation and Mina being out as well, you want players you can rely on. Michael Keane is like that.
Yeah, Keane's steady Eddie almost. He's there, you know, he's available every game virtually. He does a decent job. He's not amazing because he does have that mistaken, but he's a good centre-back. But I think if you're going for power and pace, you'd want Mina alongside Godfrey, because you've got the pace of Godfrey, the recovery pace, and you've got obviously the heading ability and the ability to involve people in a bit of a battle, which Yerry Mina's really good at.
Yeah.
You know, we saw him. He missed the first game. You're right, it was Holgate and Keane against Southampton. We won. We went to Leeds. Yerry Mina coming to the side, you know, and he had the little spat with Bamford and kind of got Bamford off his game, really, you know, by involving him. And then Mina missed the Brighton game, and it was Holgate was back in with Michael Keane. And then the other night he's had 3, and Holgate's out the side, and we've got Godfrey. So this manager quite clearly, it looks at it and goes, this is what we want. You know, he doesn't really seem to be so far going, yeah, you're playing you two are in every week, because he's even done it with Iwobi. Townsend started against Southampton day 1, had an assist, played quite well. We went to Leeds the next week and Iwobi played.
I mean, we don't know though, do we, defensively, because we haven't had the choice yet of the players.
Them all being fit,
so we don't actually know. But I take your point in midfield. Iwobi, because I was actually going to say before, Iwobi could actually make, if he started the game, he could actually make it a 4-3-3
if you played him in a 10.
You know, if you played him in there and you maybe drop Townsend into midfield. It wouldn't even surprise me if Townsend didn't start and Gomez did start and it was Gray and Iwobi and Richarlison. Yeah. Because the manager, and we've got a game Tuesday night as well, so the manager's trying to keep people fresh and is trying to look at what's best for the game.
I think as well.
It's still early days, isn't it? I was just going to say, it's still early days. We haven't really... It's hard when you get a new manager, and we've done this quite a lot in the last few years. It's hard to nail down what you think the manager's going to do, because you don't know yet, and because he hasn't had all the players. And it's even hard to find a pattern. Like Iwobi, I think, had a great start to the season, but he only came on the other night for like the last 10 minutes. So it's hard.
88 minutes.
Yeah, 88. Sorry. So it's hard to understand, because after a while, I know Liverpool fans used to say about Benitez. Always makes a sub on like the 63rd minute, because he always did. And they always knew that was the pattern. Where so far with us, because it's so early, I don't think we've seen the pattern yet. And even like the pattern of why he doesn't play players and then when he brings them in. And do you know what I mean? It's sort of...
It's early, like you said, yeah. We're getting to know him, aren't we? And it is all still a new thing for us. But he does seem to be a manager, and as he's got old, even after Liverpool and Chelsea and seeing him at Napoli and going off to Newcastle, he does things. He will tinker with things, because he's always thinking of that, different things in the game. So far, it's been really good for us. It's worked really good. He's been able to make changes when he's needed it. But I think if we're just going to look at how Villa lined up at Chelsea last week. So they went with the 3 at the back last week, which isn't something they've always used, but they obviously Ollie Watkins is available again now. So it does, you know, facing 2 central strikers, what does Benitez do? Leon Bailey is back available as well. I was hoping he'd be missing. He's had a hamstring injury. I was hoping he wouldn't quite be ready, but he's back in there. So it will be interesting, just because they do play 2 up front. Not every Premier League team does play 2.
But we have just played the team who did.
Exactly. So it will be dead interesting to see what he does, because obviously we know Danny Ings is always a threat. Ollie Watkins is just coming back in. He's had a bit of a situation. So Villa are a dangerous side. But what I would say about this manager is he plans for everything, every eventuality, and that's what he'll be working on, the fine details this week. And it's done. Even though we've played Monday, we've now got the planning to do for the rest of the week. So I'm confident, like you said before, I'm confident he'll make the decision.
I think it'll be a game of fine margins, of course it will. Villa, I think what we've got the advantage in terms of Villa lost Grealish, have brought players in, and it's bedding those players in early doors. And I think it's, when you've got players in and out, Watkins, Bailey, you want to settle down. I think our team has settled down pretty quickly because it's the majority of the players played last season, but just a sprinkling of new players in. And I think that's so we've settled down quite quick. And listen, the teams we've played so far, I think are teams that we should be beating. Certainly if we want to finish in European positions. This Leeds, I know Leeds was maybe a trickier one on paper, but this one is a tricky one on paper. Yeah. And it is that thing of like, first goal, of course. First goal, they're at home. If we can get the first goal, it's one of those little pivotal early markers where you can see.
Because these will be in the fight for Europe.
Yeah.
So
I think we've got to play better than we did on Monday, because if we play like that for the first hour, I don't imagine we'll be in the game. So we've got to play a little bit better than that. But of course, we're going up against one of our biggest nemesis, which is Danny Ings, of course. Let's just have a little look at his numbers so far this season. So obviously, 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. Very basic numbers, but there you go. He always seems to do a job against us. He always got a goal in him.
He's got 5 in the last 5 games against Everton.
Yeah. I think last season when we played them at Goodison was probably the first time, when he played for Southampton, the first time he hasn't scored against us, wasn't it? So
he does love
a goal against us, so we've got to be very wary of that. Ollie Watkins obviously is well playing up front.
He did score at Goodison, didn't he?
Obviously Mason Holgate look a little bit stupid. So they've got a front two that have scored goals against us, and we've got to be ready for that. And it's going to be a tough game, it really is. They're building something, Villa. They're a proper traditional old English team. I think they're back in the Premier League now for good. I can't imagine them being involved in the lower half again. I think they're going to be a club that's going to go forward. They get big crowds, and they're going to be a club competing in the same sort of places that we're competing. So it is a marker. Well, I'm going to have to put it. It is going to be a tough game, and hopefully we can get the 3 points, because we've had a good set of fixtures to start the season, to bed players in, to bed the manager in, and let's just hope that continues a little bit longer.
A point's a good result, really. I know you go to win every game, and Everton will go to win it, and I think the one thing, again, that this game will benefit Everton from is that these are a front foot team, and Everton have been excellent on the counter-attack. And I think we saw that the other night. The minute we pulled Burnley out after the equaliser, we destroyed them. We pinched the ball in the pace we've got now, which we haven't had before. So it'll be a little bit of a different test for Villa, that, because from playing against Everton, we've been very pedestrian in the last couple of years since they've come up and they've faced off against us. Where this now, with the likes of Damari Gray and Townsend and the Charlison, we're very quick. At Wobie as well. We've seen Leeds away, picking them off. No one works harder than them. We should have won that. Brighton could have ended 4-5-6 in the end. Burnley should have ended 4-5-6 the other night. So we've got goals in us. Everton have scored at least 2 goals in every game they've played in all competitions so far this season. Yeah. So we know that there's goals in this side, and counter-attacking will be what will be required this weekend, because these are a good side. They will have a lot of the ball. So big game, tough game, but certainly a game Everton can get something out of, definitely.
Definitely let us know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Will Everton get the 3 points? What are you thinking? Let us know your thoughts. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, if you want more great videos, daily live videos, join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description. It'll be on the screen as well. And also, the link for the Ultimate Fan app is also in the description. Check that out. We've done our teams. Make sure you do yours and share them with us on social media. Thanks for watching. See you later.